Welcome to my channel, y'all. I'm so glad you're here. So today's video is all about deep cleaning spaces, specifically with the idea of spring is here, summer is coming, and how are we going to get our houses ready? So this is kind of a spring clean version of deep cleaning. So first off, I'm going to tidy up my space. I always recommend starting with a tidy space if you're going to be doing deep cleaning. For me, it makes a big difference on just like where my mind is at. I try to take the steps that I need to keep from getting overwhelmed when I clean. I want cleaning to be as enjoyable as possible. You know, sometimes it's just a chore that we have to get through, but sometimes it's pretty cathartic just to clean your space and just kind of be able to think about what's going on in your world while you're cleaning. I don't know, having something to do with your hands while your mind is thinking, there's something to that. So here I am just cleaning my kitchen first. I'm putting away everything that I had out from this morning, getting the kids off to school. So stuff from breakfast, stuff from packing lunch, that sort of thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean off my counters because I did not clean the kitchen fully last night after dinner. We just did the dishes. And so I have all sorts of like seasoning on my countertop. So that's what I'm kind of cleaning right now. I'd spilt a bunch of salt last night when I was cooking dinner. And so that's why I was moving this like cutting board thing that I have by my cooktop and kind of rinsing the salt off that. So anyways, I always recommend start with a clean or tidy space before you do really deep cleaning or organizing work, just so you have less clutter to deal with. So that's what I'm doing first. Okay, so my next tip when it comes to deep cleaning your space is to think about what spaces do you typically not clean when you're doing your weekly cleans, or spaces that are just dirtier than normal. Maybe they've gotten more use recently or are just kind of commonly used areas. They get dirty faster. So anything that is used daily is going to get dirtier, obviously, than things that are used less frequently. So the things that I'm going to be cleaning today in this video are areas of my home that I don't deep clean often. So my method of cleaning is really just keeping a tidy space. And so I do kind of quicker cleans daily, but I rarely go into like really deep cleaning. So before I started this video, I was thinking, what are the areas of my home that need kind of more than just a simple pass through? They need like a deeper clean. So one of the areas that I thought about was my backsplash, specifically right by my stove. So that's what I'm doing here now. I went ahead and put some multi-purpose cleaner on a rag, and I then like wiped down the tile on my backsplash. I did not know if the chemical would mess with the grout lines, so that's why I did it that way. And then I cleaned the vent hood too. And so that's an area that I don't really clean when I do my kitchen tidy ups. And so that area definitely needed it. But it still was pretty quick. Like that didn't take me very long. And so sometimes deep cleaning spaces, it's not all about the time. It's just like setting the time aside to actually do it and kind of getting the like mindset, I'm just going to deep clean today. So sometimes it's not really just like this is going to take forever. Sometimes it's a mental block that we have to get through, at least for me anyways. Okay, so I really, really, really had to deep clean the floor under our kitchen table. This is where we eat most of our meals. And if you're new to my channel, I just want to share with you, I've got four small kiddos. So under our table, it gets messy fast. We eat most of our meals at home. So this is just a space that gets a lot of use in our household. And I do often vacuum under this space. I have a cordless vacuum that I just love. It's super easy to get out and makes my job a lot easier. But I rarely just really want to mop this space. I don't know. This is something that I avoid doing. I do a lot of spot cleaning, so I'll just clean up anything like a space that's sticky or something like that with just a rag and some multi-purpose cleaner. But today I was thought I better do a full mop of this space. So I vacuum the space first, get up all the crumbs, and then I go in with a mop. And you'll see me here using just a butter knife to kind of pry off some of the sticky spots of our floor. And I really think that this is stuck on jelly from this weekend. I couldn't really figure out exactly what it was, but there were just these drops of like kind of a hard substance that obviously had sugar in it. But anyways, you know what? You do what you have to do sometimes. And so I tried mopping first, and when that didn't come up, I will spray kind of a more like intentional cleaner on it, and then sometimes use whatever I need to scrape it off. Um, so what is in that mop is just a like floor cleaner. I believe it's Pine Sol is what's in there right now. I do not have a specific brand that I really like when it comes to floor cleaners. I just use what I have. And I've had this mop for a long time. What I like about it is that you take the pad off and you just throw it in the washing machine when you are done. I feel like that is a good time saver, and I just think it's really economical. Like I've had this pad for a while and it's still in pretty good shape. So when I do wash that, I do not wash this pad with our normal clothes because I'm kind of worried it's so soiled it would kind of make the other clothes dirtier. But I do just throw the mop pad in the wash when I'm done. So I'm doing a pretty thorough job of this. I'm trying to make sure that I move every piece of furniture out of the way and clean underneath it, just because this is a more time like intense job. It takes me longer to do this. I want to do a really good job of it because I don't do it probably as often as I should. Anyways, getting this space clean because not only was it ready for a clean, it was pretty grimy, but also this space is used every single day, and a deep clean is definitely what it needed. All right, so this is another area that just gets a lot of traffic in our home. So I'm going to go ahead and deep clean this area too. I'm cleaning the baseboards and just our doors. This area leads out to our backyard. And so my kids use this door a lot, and a lot of kind of just grime gets tracked in, dirt on their shoes or grass, that sort of thing. Lots of fingerprint smudges. And so this is an area that's not necessarily hard to clean, but I do have to really be intentional about it just because um, I don't know. Anytime I clean this area, it does not stay clean for long, and that's really discouraging to me. Have you guys ever heard that, like, some things I don't know how it really goes, but the gist of it is it's like doing some things like trying to brush your teeth while you eat Oreos, like it just doesn't work well. And that's sometimes how I feel about cleaning at home with kids, especially areas that they just mess up quick. So, anyways, I do like to clean this door and clean around often. It really needs it. And then I was going to go ahead and do the dishes that were in my sink. And I really thought the dishwasher was full and clean and I'd have to unload it. But it wasn't, it had not ran yet. So I am putting in some dishes from this morning into the dishwasher. And then I'm going to get that running. And here's just a view of what we have done so far in the kitchen area. So the counters and floor are clean. This space looks a lot better. And I don't know, I'm happy to have this area done. And this is a space that I just have to deep clean more often than a lot of my spaces just because of use. Okay, I wanted to go ahead and hit in the kids' bathroom. This space was just dying for a deep clean. This is the bathroom, the primary bathroom that my kiddos use. So just lots of little children using this toilet and sink. So I clean this space pretty often. Typically, I just do the toilet and kind of wipe a little bit around the floors and then do the counter and the mirror. But today I am doing a deeper clean. I'm going to go ahead and use the Clorox wipe that I always do around the toilet just on the outside. And then I use a Comet cleaner for the bowl. And then I'm going to do a deeper clean just around the edges of the toilet. And then I also am going to clean the vanity, the drawers, and just the edge of the vanity. This gets just a lot of little fingerprint smudges on it. And I was noticing that it had a lot on it recently. And so I'm just going to take my time cleaning this space, and I'm going to go ahead and mop these floors as well. So let's get right into it. So, something that's been taking more of my time over the last week or so is we've had a lot of school projects due for my kiddos. And I'm kind of a parent who lets them take the lead on projects. I try to only help when they get to a point where they need mom's help. But one of the fun ones has been my son has been star of the week this week. And so part of that is getting to do a poster board that's like all about me. And so you're supposed to put pictures on of activities that your kiddo likes to do. And then he gets to take his favorite book to school and share that with his class, and then his favorite toy. And I had so much fun helping him with his poster board over the weekend. Now, boys, or at least my boys, are really different than my daughter. She would have done the entire board herself and not asked for any help. But my son, he picked out the pictures that he wanted, and then he was like, okay, I need some help getting these pictures onto the board. Please help. So I had so much fun getting to do that, and it was so special to look through pictures of activities he likes to do and just how he likes to spend his time. He's really adventurous and just always likes to play sports, and we had pictures of him riding horses on that board and opening Christmas presents, like his favorite stuff that he got for Christmas this year, and just all the different games. There's pictures from lots of games he's played over the last year or so. He plays basketball and soccer and baseball, so he did all those things, but it was so much fun to do that board. I don't know. Okay, so this bathroom's done now, and this is the last area that I'm gonna clean in this video. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of my tips and tricks for deep cleaning your space and hopefully getting it done and not feeling too overwhelmed. So happy cleaning, you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!